There's plenty of big-name Hollywood blockbusters which feature a cameo from a cute ferret, and we're going to run through a few of my favourites. But before we do, let's cover a few short films which are dedicated to this precocious little animal. There's a quartet of short ferret films, all directed by the same lady, but featuring very different themes. There's a teenage stoner film called Dude, Where's My Ferret?
This is Ferret Hulu.
No way. Little dude, chill.
Complete with a talking bong.
Just drive there.
There's a hope story of an orphan trying to impress some prospective parents with a magic trick called The Magic Ferret. And there's also a bizarrely dark, broken family story
Buy something. I think I'll name you Jasper.
called Jake and Jasper, A Ferret Tale.
He's not a rodent, he's a ferret.
And then there's the light-hearted, Christmas-themed Santa's Little Ferret.
Special help.
Nurse.
There's very little redeeming about the first three, and I can't actually see who would watch these in their current form of 10 to 20 minutes long. But the Christmas one is the gem of the bunch. And I could easily see this as a regular slot at any young family's Christmas time TV. There's one final short film to mention before we hit the big screen, and this time it's quite different. It's a low-budget Irish independent film, which features one man's quest to make his son more manly by introducing him to ferreting. It's not too enjoyable as a movie for ferret enthusiasts, but for those not having grown up in the countryside of Ireland or the UK, it does give a more realistic view as to what it is to be a ferret here, i.e. small cages, hunting rabbits, and rabbit stew. Okay, so it's time to run down our top 8 big screen hits which benefit inexorably from the appearance, albeit brief, of ferrets. In 8th place, it isn't just one movie, it's 3 movies, those featuring 3 of the Harry Potter series, but we've rolled them all into one here. It comes in at 8th place because ferrets have a pretty bad time of it in the Harry Potter films. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, the ferrets exist purely just to be food for the weird eagle-horse thing called Buckbeak.
Look at my dead ferret.
And the usually righteous Hermione can be seen with a string of dead ferrets around her neck. In The Goblet of Fire, Malfoy can be seen turned into a ferret, which is then rather unceremoniously flung around in the air. And finally, in Deathly Hallows Part 2, right at the end, Harry's son Albus can be seen with a pet ferret in a horrifically small cage. Although I guess the ferret is magic in some way, so it's probably on board and aware of the whole situation. In this 1988 drama, we see Michael J. Fox cast as a media reporter struggling with drugs and a cascade of life misfortune. The scene we're interested in, though, is one set in Central Park, where a sullen Michael J. Fox is approached by a homeless guy asking if he wants to buy a ferret.
You want to buy a ferret?
Star of the show.
His name is Fred.
In 6th place, we have one of my favourite comedies of all time, The Big Lebowski. This film follows the hapless bum Jeff Lebowski, aka The Dude, as he bumbles his way around Los Angeles seeking restitution for a destroyed rug. The scene of interest, however, comes when the dude is taking a bath and his house is broken into. The leader of the antagonists is led by a ferret on a leash, which is then dumped in the bath as a scare tactic. It's only the briefest of appearances by the ferret, and so it's only 6th on my list, despite the film itself being the best of the bunch. In 2004, 2 A-listers of their time, Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston, joined forces in this welcoming rom-com. It's a story about a stuck-up insurance guy getting together with a free-spirit old classmate called Polly. Polly has a rather calamitous, half-blind pet ferret called Rodolfo, which lives free roam in her apartment.
He's a ferret.
This little guy makes a couple of appearances throughout the movie and even has his own 5-minute extra on the DVD called Rodolfo Goes to Hollywood. 4th place goes to a classic 1990s comedy action called Starship Troopers, set in a war between humans and an alien bug planet.
Who knows? Maybe it's a new stage of human evolution. That's why they do these.
Famous for more than just the shower scene, this movie does have a minute or so of screenplay early on, where Barney from How I Met Your Mother introduces his pet ferret called Cyrano. Next, we have a live-action Disney movie which features talking dogs which go on a space mission. Helping out in mission control is a talking ferret called Gravity.
I'm Gravity, Mission Commander's assistant.
This handsome sable ferret makes many appearances throughout the movie, hence propelling it to third place in my list. Second place goes to this 1990 blockbuster in which Arnie plays a cop which goes undercover as a kindergarten teacher, hence Kindergarten Cop. Early on in the movie, he is forced to calm the class by bringing in his pet ferret.
That's a ferret.
Cute enough as it is, second place on this list is earned by this clever little guy saving the day against the baddie in the end. 1982 saw Mark Singer performing a sort of live-action He-Man role where he can communicate with animals. Two of these animals being little ferrets, which join him as companions on his travels and provide him with their cunning.
I have my cunning.
Spoiler alert though, sadly tragedy befalls one of these guys as he performs a courageous act of self-sacrifice to save the main guy. There's plenty of ferret action throughout this movie which rightfully earns it the top spot in my big list. That's it for my rundown of ferrets in Hollywood. Most of these movies portray ferrets in a good light, which is great. Unfortunately, pretty much all ferret appearances on TV involve some weird fake chirps and squeaks which ferrets do not make in real life, which if you watched our video on ferret noises, you'll know that these are nothing like what ferret makes. But hey ho, we hope you enjoyed watching this video and please do like and subscribe to support our small channel, and why not check out some of our other videos which YouTube is suggesting now.